Ifeoma Wafo from the Faculty of Law, Godfrey Okoye University. I'll be presenting my paper titled Accountable Predictive Policing of Cybercrime Insights from Nigerian Law Enforcement. As way of introduction and context, the unconventional challenges in cybercrime investigation and mitigation brought about by the sophistication of AI technologies negatively impacts the fight against cybercrime. Cybercriminals employ AI and machine learning to bypass cybersecurity defenses and expand cyber threats. There is an active and ongoing debate on how AI can enable defenders to detect, predict, and effectively respond to cyber threats using predictive policing tools. However, the effectiveness of predictive policing has not been widely accepted in scientific and contemporary literature due to human rights, legal, ethical concerns that inhibits its employment in cybercrime mitigation. There's a remarkable magnitude of cybercrime in Nigeria and perpetrated by Nigerians globally compared to other countries. Currently, Nigeria ranks fifth, as a source of cybercrime and cybercriminal activity according to the world's first cybercrime index, and ranks 13 as the most vulnerable country to cyber attacks on the Global Threat Index. Nigerian law enforcement agencies are ill-equipped to confront the technological advancements in cybercrime. So I'll just give a flow of my paper. I talk about the objectives, methodology adopted, the findings. So the objectives of this paper are: one, to determine if predictive policing can be effectively translated to mitigate cybercrime in Nigeria, despite the ethical, legal, and human rights concerns entrenched in such AI-driven tools across all domains of their usage. Then two, analyze the legal status and compliance and risk management of predictive policing technologies in Nigeria under the current laws, including the Nigerian Data Protection Act, the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, and the Cybercrimes Act of 2024, the amended one. Three, identify potential benefits and risk of implementing predictive policing in the Nigerian cybercrime context. And four, contribute criminological insights into the applicability, accountability, and governance needs for AI in law enforcement. So this study engages with the legal technical governance dimension by exploring the legal status, compliance, and risk management of AI technologies, particularly predictive policing systems in the Nigerian law enforcement. The methodology adopted is primarily qualitative. I conducted a criminological analysis of the reaction of law enforcement to cybercrime in Nigeria, as well as the role of digitalization in cybercrime prevention in Nigeria. So I administered 16 questionnaires and conducted 5 in-depth interviews with officers from the cybercrime units of the Nigerian Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, that's the EFCC, and across all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. So participants included cybercrime heads and, cybercrime unit heads and operational officers of the commission. I also analyzed relevant laws, notably the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, the Nigerian Data Protection Act of 2023, and the Cybercrimes Act as well. So results of the criminological analysis that are noteworthy includes: one, 80% of survey participants state that AI-driven cybercrime make investigation challenging, even more challenging. Then secondly, 73.3% believe that there are cybercrime patterns that make predictive policing suitable to mitigate cybercrime in Nigeria. However, the issue now is that 74% of participants are not fully aware of the ethical challenges surrounding AI technologies. So this indicates a readiness and capacity gap. Nigerian law enforcement lacks the technological infrastructure, know-how, and a comprehensive cybercrime database. Don't get me wrong, the EFCC has a database, but it is not comprehensive enough. And this was one of the information elicited from the structured interviews and questionnaires. So many cybercrimes go unreported and leading to incomplete data sets in AI training. So the findings: first, legal and regulatory gaps. Currently, there is no dedicated AI regulation in Nigeria. What we just have is a draft AI strategy. Secondly, the Nigerian Data Protection Act governs automated decision-making and profiling, which is kind of relevant, but it doesn't directly regulate AI in law enforcement. And then the Cybercrimes Act addresses AI-related threats only indirectly. So there are no explicit provisions for AI policing tools. So the risk identified, potential bias and discrimination against certain groups from flawed historical policing data. So it's important to note that these are not theoretical risks. They have been observed in predictive policing experiments. Like in the US, we had the Predpost system that was flawed, in various aspects. So we also have the issue of transparency and accountability. The black box algorithms hinder oversight, and we also have privacy violations, human rights concerns. There are a lot of risks that are linked to predictive policing tools. So, although there are potential benefits, such as better allocation of police resources, early detection of cybercrime trends, and improved situational awareness for law enforcement decision making, the ethical and human rights implications of predictive policing technologies outweigh their benefits. So, in conclusion, based on the insights from Nigerian law enforcement, this study found that predictive policing is not a preventive measure for combating cybercrimes in Nigeria due to the legal, ethical, human rights concerns that are entrenched in such AI-driven tools across all domains of their usage. Findings also revealed that the legal status of predictive policing systems in Nigeria remains ambiguous as there is no dedicated AI governance and regulatory framework governing their legal position and use. Additionally, formal measurements or oversight of compliance and risk management regarding predictive policing deployment in Nigerian law enforcement is limited and largely ad hoc due to the absence of a specific AI regulation in Nigeria. This study's technical and criminological findings will strengthen the AI governance implications in Nigeria, influencing the ability of the framework to meet objectives, operate ethically, and manage rights and compliance effectively. I hope I kept it short and sweet and within my time. Thank you very much for this opportunity.